My name is Nik Amarteifio. I'm the board chair of the Danex Group. That includes Danex, iTin, and Starwing pharmaceutical companies. I am also the board chair of Omni Media Group that owns FM and Citi TV. I got exposed to America, but also that I have a brother who went to Howard with a foremost black university in Ghana, in the States. So he was in the States, I was in the upper six. Then we heard about this SATs exam, which of course we then got books to study. And then we got, I think there was about 400 applicants, and they finally chose 16. African American Institute was an organization dedicated to advancement of African education, actually. And so they got key American universities to join their AAI to promote Africa. The universities who belong to the program were interested in bringing education to Africa. They were interested in bringing Africans who were coming from the newly independent ex-colonies of the European countries to come to school in America. So that's what happened. In my case, Jack Hoy, who was the Dean of Admissions of a school called Wesleyan in Connecticut, was on the interview panel. Yeah, when they came to interview students. And he said, I walked in there with my smile. He decided, he's going to sort of get me to come to school. So that's how I ended up in Wesleyan, yeah, which I didn't know. I didn't know Wesleyan at all. I didn't know American universities apart from the big one, Harvard and Co. Yeah, and then Harvard, where with the black university, where my brother was. Yeah, so that's how I came to be selected to go to Wesleyan. The ASPA program, yeah, African Scholarship for American Universities. Yeah. Yeah. It was a program that brought a lot of Africans to America. At the same time that Mr. Obama from Kenya also came as a student to Hawaii. So a lot of interest were trying to sort of bring African students to the States. So they gave you they oriented you about American education, about what you're going to see, our civil rights. At that time, the civil rights movement was raging big time, yeah? So, I mean, some of us, and the people you knew were not going to go back to Africa. They came, they gave us money in their shops on the campus. You can buy American Bermuda shorts at that time, yeah? Hat and all those things. And those who come dressed as Americans, they went to the shop and left their clothes there. And bought American clothes, and that's it. And because people are not going to come back. AAI had an affiliate called Institute of International Education. But basically, they got us into homes of American families, okay, at a very, very high level. Mm. So there were, in my case, I went to a family to Amherst, Massachusetts. Okay. My host family, very, very wealthy family, and they owned real estate, and then a whole forest in Massachusetts, yeah? It's called Jones. The Jones. Yeah, Walter Jones, yeah. In fact, I named my first son after him. They came to Putney to sort of see me, yeah, on the orientation, yeah. But the father, who of course I was in his custody, yeah. Every day his job is to drive around, maybe go to Connecticut where they have land or real estate or whatever, and talk to people or go to whatever their holdings were, because they own land. So in the context of America at that time, where the blacks were having difficulties, but I worked in a posh restaurant in New England with him. Everyone knew him, I mean, he was the major player. So that's how we sort of got to meet each other. And the family followed me in terms of friendships throughout my stay in the States. The school I went to, Wesleyan, was not an engineering school. But the scholarship was trying to get Africans to get engineering degrees, really. So economics was is what I sort of took up. The take away from there is that at that level of America, the kids who come to Wesleyan were very wealthy families. Sure. So they knew about bonds because they talk about bonds on the breakfast table. Wow. They knew about equity. Yeah. Coming from Africa, what do you know about bonds? So you sort of know that you are with people who live the economics. So by you learning, you're learning to sort of you have competitive exams and all that. But hey, you sort of as you go along, you sort of get the sort of support from your teachers and friends. I got there at the height of the civil rights movement. So I remember that some friends were going to go to Alabama. Alabama is the midst of the Confederacy. Yeah. So I decided to go with them. So we drove all the way from Connecticut to Alabama. Yeah. And of course, African boy. I mean, is this your fight? When I finished Wesleyan, I worked for a consulting company, called Apt Associates, based in Massachusetts, in Cambridge. Yeah. While I was looking for a chance to do a master's. So I applied to several business schools. Yeah. And got accepted to some with no scholarship. Every foundation said, well, we can't consider you unless you go back to get a sponsor from your country. Yeah. The biggest one was the Harvard acceptance. So I flew to Ghana. I didn't know anybody. So I said, well, let me go to the business school and see whether I can get them to give me at the University of Ghana. Yeah. So Kwame Ajay was the dean at that time. I didn't know him. So I went to the guy. So I went and showed him my acceptance. He said, oh, okay, no problem. To get to Harvard is a big thing. The Ford Foundation could get. So, fine. So he said I should write a letter. And he'll sign it. So I wrote the letter. To come from him to Ford. Foundation. And then I didn't hear from him again. Yeah. Then the summer was over. I went back to America, summer was over, and then school was supposed to start. I had the whole thing, the whole application, everything. But the only thing they gave me was to get a loan to sort of pay. So I filled the form. Then all of a sudden some bulky envelope came. What is it? For the Ford Foundation. Say that I had a scholarship to Harvard. What? I had forgotten quite a year. So Harvard, you were meeting people who had some experience out in business already. You have professors who are well-wide names, household names, yeah. And then the thing is, you are supposed to participate in class, where they give you a certain percentage for your classification, a percentage for your reading work, yeah. So that's what. And then you had a choice of, I was interested in marketing, but also must have some finance sort of thing. And economics also was there. So all that blend that you could sort of do. After the Harvard thing, I wanted to sort of start my own business, which was naive, okay. But at the end of this, at the end of that summer, I went to the notice board of who was looking to hire people, yeah. And the guy called me the Killerman, who politically appealed to me because he was in St. Thomas, yeah, as a big businessman there, yeah. St. Thomas, I mean, the Virgin Islands is a big tourist place. Right. And he owned the island virtually. And he had also, for me, he was the treasurer for the campaign of McGovern. McGovern was an anti-war senator. Okay. And I went to St. Thomas to work for him, yeah. Mainly as administrative assistant, that sort of thing, yeah. So, but then people were coming in from the mainland, politicians at the high level, senators and things, who were his friends. And of course, a black guy working for him, you bring him out to sort of expose him small. So that had got my taste of politics at that level.
Business and politics.
At that level, yeah, sure, yeah. So after a year, I said, look, this place is too far out of the mainstream, being an island in the Caribbean. It was too far out. So I sort of called the campus looking for if anybody knew. So yeah, there's this guy working for Nestle at a high level who was in town, and they could arrange for me to have an interview. So I had an interview and got Nestle as my first step. I think I came around 77.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was a time of Kalabule, a time of coup and non-coups. I knew that I couldn't be here. Yeah, because when I read about my classmates, they were doing things. And here we do is coup d'etat today. I mean, you couldn't really do business because the main business is getting import license from the minister, getting allocation of credit. It was ridiculous, yeah. My first companies here, I had a drugstore. I also had a laundry called Batakari Laundries.
Wow.
In Kokumemli. That started, right? But I realized that that's not the way to go, yeah. I started going to Nigeria to meet some of my old guys from Harvard and all that, yeah, to try and sort of do some business from there. Then I got a letter, those letters from AIG, yeah, American Insurance Group. Yeah. That they funded a lot of sovereign debt that countries, Ghana, Nigeria, where they've insured people can do business. And that they're all failing. They look for somebody who could come in what they'll pay for to try and talk to central banks to see, how they can be paid.
Right.
Yeah.
Their money's back.
So they look for somebody. It's me. So I went to New York and
Became a consultant.
yeah, I became a consultant for about 7 years. And I could fly everywhere. Yeah. And the fee was huge. Yeah. But trajectory also changed because the trajectory of that money and the play, you can now take your family to buy a house in England for them to stay. And after a while in England, you can sort of move to America. Yeah. The key word is the trajectory. The path of your rocket, yeah, was so significantly boosted by the AI experience. When I talk to all my friends who had that experience, everybody, without exception, said that was the luckiest thing that happened that they ever had in their lives because they didn't know where or how. But when they got where they were placed, whatever university they were placed, academically and then some social, to them, to places that they would never imagine. Yeah. One thing we did recently was Jim Ovia, who was the founder of Danex Bank, gave out $2 million to AI to sponsor scholarships in Ghana and Nigeria. So it's the reverse. In the old days, it was going to America. Now the idea is, okay, how can you bring to them education to the people? Yeah. So every year we do the education experience in Africa, all over. We've done Cote d'Ivoire. We've done evolution has happened. I mean, the world has changed. The people on AI giving way to new people coming up. When we do events now, the young people bring up names that I never heard of. And my children say, you didn't hear of these people? So basically, when they're having a group to come and perform, it's a group that is more their age. And the difference is there. So in terms of going forward, we have nowhere to go but make sure that technology and the new thinking in the world, we're going to try to bring people back into them. I mean, when I look at University of Ghana and all that, a lot needs to be done to enhance them. The alumni, for example. Okay. When you see that alumni, American universities, alumni give a lot. People here, they don't. We've tried to have things in Nigeria where the bulk of them are. Some have become senators, some have. But people are excited, but it's not sustainable. That's the key thing. Right. Because unless you say, okay, AI in Nigeria, you are supporting this X or whatever it is. Yeah. I mean, when I sort of look at even the Ghana AI, they come together, but there's nothing that I can say, hey, let's do this. Well, I thank America for giving me the opportunity. The African American Institute on behalf of all the people who they molded through the scholarship. That made people become forward-looking, people become achievers, and people become humbled. Every one of them knows that without this experience, they will not be sitting where they are sitting. I describe myself as a perpetual optimist. And knowing that the road is full of twists and turns that you can never anticipate. But you just have to believe in self-belief that things will work out with you winning.